Give me the rhythm, 'cause I've got a feeling, oh Lord, I'm in the mood to kill a sound. Soul mercenaries gonna throw one down.
So welcome back to the channel, fam. Hi, I'm Lita and I read cards. So today we're going to get into a juicy topic. Necromancy. Okay. I do want to start off with a little bit of a disclaimer. I do not recommend necromancy for those who it isn't really calling out to you. This is just my own personal worry and disclaimer. Okay, so I have a little script written here. Well, let me take my news off. Have a little script written here. As I start to go into the info about necromancy, you may understand my stance on necromancy a lot better. First of all, I only use necromancy in the strict original sense of the word. Okay, so let's get started. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right. So throughout history, few practices have sparked as much fascination and fear as necromancy. The art of communicating with the dead, raising spirits, and even reanimating corpses has been a subject of myth, legend, and dark lore. But where did necromancy begin? What are its dangers? And could there possibly be benefits to this forbidden craft? Let's delve into the shadows and uncover the truth. Okay? Necromancy traces its roots back to ancient civilizations. The word itself comes from the Greek necros, meaning dead. Okay? And I know a lot of y'all know that necros means dead. And necros then later became synonymous for dark or black, because black has to do with the dead, the darkness. Double points if you know what the duad is, but the darkness, okay, where the dead go through. I believe they're led by psychopomps. Just a little random word grab for you. I might type it down at the bottom so you can look it up, or maybe I might put it over here. We know how that goes, okay? Necromancy traces its roots back to ancient civilizations. The word itself comes from the Greek necros, meaning dead, and montea or monteia, okay, meaning divination. And if you think about my name, is how you get Mancy, okay, divination, all right? In ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Greece, necromancy was often seen as a way to seek wisdom and advice from the deceased. Oracles and shamans would perform rituals to summon the spirits, believing that the dead held knowledge beyond the reach of living. The reason for this is to understand that time is not linear. All layers of time are happening at the same time. It's just that you're in one part of time, someone or something else was in another part of time, but time is still time. When you cross past this physical barrier, it's believed that you can just zap through different spaces, right? Different dimensions. Time and space is foldable, okay? So you would ask the deceased for information because they could easily get it for you and get it to you, okay? In medieval Europe, necromancy became intertwined with occult practices and forbidden magic. Grimoires like the Key of Solomon detail rituals for summoning spirits, often blending religious symbolism with the dark arts. While some saw necromancy as a path to enlightenment, others viewed it as dangerous tampering with the natural order. I guess that's up for debate. We all know that the mystics don't quite believe in /right well, right/wrong. Like, this is always right and this is always wrong. We believe that right and wrong belong together. And depending on the circumstances, what could be right today could be wrong tomorrow. What could be wrong today could be right tomorrow. Or what could be wrong for your sibling, your parent, your child, or your lover could be right for you. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that at that. But I myself do not practice dark arts. I don't want to pay the toll. All right. But necromancy is not without its perils. The most obvious danger lies in the unpredictable nature of the dead. Spirits once summoned may not be willing to share their knowledge, or worse, they may seek to manipulate or harm the living asking for knowledge. Ancient texts warn of necromancers driven mad by the voices of the dead, their minds fractured by the weight of otherworldly secrets. Q Gnarls Barkley crazy, okay? When he said it wasn't that I didn't know enough, it's that I knew too much. I think I'm crazy. There is a limit in this lifestyle that sometimes once you cross the line, there's no coming back, okay? Especially if your mental is not in a place to handle a whole lot of information that you never dreamt was true. Let it be. This is the moment where I tell you that if you are really frightened of asking dead loved ones, and I'm really only suggesting that you guys would reach out to loved ones, okay? If you are frightened, do not move forward, okay? Just don't do it, all right? It's like sowing a seed. Sowing a seed of fear could definitely bring out mischief, okay? There's also the moral and ethical dilemma. Necromancy often involves disturbing the rest of the deceased, raising questions of consent and respect for the dead. And let's not forget the physical dangers. Reanimating corpses can lead to the creation of mindless, violent creatures as seen in countless tales of zombies and ghouls. Cue American Horror Story. Okay. Now, let's take a break for a moment here and let's just discuss this. Reanimating corpses. I've never reanimated a corpse. I've never seen it done. I'm not saying that it can really be done, but in the event that it could be done, I'd go out on a limb to say that the common fear is probably what you would be looking at. Okay, so think about these things, all right? Finally, many cultures believe that meddling with death invites curses, divine punishment, or even the attention of malevolent entities. The price of necromancy, it seems, is often paid in blood and sanity. I would like to add that life forces as well as death forces come with this danger. Calling upon any entity or deity, whether of the light or of the dark, of life or of death, runs the risk of calling attention to your person, your person, your body, your spirit, your mind, okay? It calls attention to you and can make you a target. So please consider, and let's move forward, okay? Despite its risk, necromancy has been pursued for its potential benefits. For one, it offers a unique connection to the past. Imagine being able to speak with historical figures, learning their secrets, and gaining insights lost to time. Necromancy could be a tool for preserving knowledge and understanding the mysteries of life and death. In some traditions, necromancy is seen as a form of healing. By communicating with the dead, practitioners might uncover cures for diseases, or guidance for the living. It's also been used for closure, allowing the bereaved to say goodbye to loved ones or resolve unfinished business. Let me comment on that. For me, that is the strongest use of necromancy. I tend to reach out to ancestors, family members, friends for closure. Hey, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I hope that your transition was speedy. A lot of times I will ask, have they transitioned yet? Was it a smooth transition? Sometimes I'm even nosy enough to ask, what is it like where you are? How long are you there for? Do you know how long are you there for? To which I would look for answers of short period of time versus long period of time, because I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I've told you over and over in the videos, time is not my forte. Okay. Me and Chronos have had issues, and I just recently made amends with the idea of Chronos time. Okay. So I don't do time. So I'm not the type of person, like if I'm speaking to an ancestor or my grandmother, something like that, like I would say, oh, it's like she's going to be, at this workstation for 3 years. I wouldn't know. I would just know if it was a long time or a short time. I often ask questions about, is so-and-so there with you? Have you been in contact with this person? Blah, blah, blah. There have been times that I have reached out to historical figures for information, for a better understanding of something that I'm reading or learning, for guidance and things like that. Okay, these are the things that I would recommend someone use necromancy for if they were going to use necromancy. Okay. All right. Let's not overlook its symbolic power. Necromancy challenges our understanding of life, death, and what lies beyond. It forces us to confront our fears and question the boundaries of existence. In that sense, necromancy is as much a philosophical pursuit as it is a magical one, which will lead back to what I was just saying. The questions that I'm asking a lot of times are very philosophical, because they have a better view of the world or the universe or all timelines at once. You can gain a lot of philosophical information. Okay? Necromancy is a double-edged sword. Y'all know I'm always throwing that double-edged sword around, and you need to know. It is a practice shrouded in both darkness and light. Its origins remind us of humanity's timeless quest for knowledge, while its dangers serve as a cautionary tale about the consequences of playing with forces beyond our control. Yes, its potential benefits suggest that even the darkest arts can hold a glimmer of wisdom. The light came out of the dark. This is, from chaos comes order, right? Okay. God, please let from chaos come order. Because our current situation, woo, Lord, the chaos, okay? So, is necromancy a path to enlightenment or descent into madness? Perhaps the answer lies in the hands of those who dare to walk the line between life and death. As with all power, it is not the tool itself, but how it is used that determines its true nature. I want to thank you guys for being patient with me as I read my script and going on me with this short journey into the world of necromancy. Whether you see it as a forbidden art or misunderstood practice, one thing is certain. The dead have stories to tell, and the living will always be curious enough to listen. All right. So, you listen to my spiel. You want to do it. The first thing I would suggest you do is grab a deck that you communicate with the best. And when I say the best, I mean the deck that when you pull it out and the cards come flying, you know what they're talking about. I would also suggest that you pick a deck maybe with as much imagery on each card as possible, because messages from the other side can be very watery. The bigger the card, I also think the better. These are just Les Leader's rules. These are not necromancer rules. It's not anyone else's rules that I know of. These are just my rules. The bigger the deck, the better, because of the wateriness, okay? Just think of it as if you had a sink of water and two pieces of plastic with some writing on it, and you put them under the water. It would be very hard to read what was going on if that water was moving and grooving. But the bigger, the more likely you are to read it. This is a deck that I often use when trying to reach out. Okay, this is the Alchemical Visions deck. I'm also very partial to using the Wonderland in Tarot deck when reaching out. The standard Rider-Waite always works in a pinch, no matter what you're doing, I think. But also in reviewing a lot of my necromancy videos that you can find on here, I find that oracle decks sometimes work a lot better than tarot. Why? Could just be my personal preference. Because I'm a symbol person, and because I'm into symbolism, it may be that oracle decks work better for me because they tend to be real solid symbols. That's also the reason why I said I would recommend this deck if you have it. I'm not saying go out and get this damn deck, because y'all know how I feel about that. You can make the damn deck, honestly. But this is a deck that I use because the symbolism in it is rich. The first thing I do is I decide, who am I asking questions of? I'm looking for a deck to do that for you guys so I can show you quickly. We'll use the Atella. The first thing I decide is who am I asking for information? And before I ask them for information, I either ask just out of the thin air, i.e. collective, meaning all of you guys in the whole universe. Or sometimes I ask, sometimes I ask Celine, because she's really good at illuminating things that are in the dark. If I want to ask something about love, even though if I'm asking a family member, or whoever, I usually will ask Katesh. If it has to Katesh, Qotesh or Qetesh or Tosh, or one of the many different spellings you may find. If it's about music, the arts, philosophy, or something like that, I would ask Sarasvati. If it's about the Most High, if it's about religion or hierarchies, or just straight protection or something mystical, because my guide is Michael. Oftentimes, I'll just ask Michael or Archangel Michael. I would just ask. But this is how I would do it. And today I'm going to ask Archangel Michael. Please be with me. Not like you're not with me, but hold on with it. Please be with me and let me know. How would a reading turn out if I asked my father, what should I do to reclaim the money lost to me? How would that reading turn out? Now, you guys know I'm either a 2, 3, or 4 card puller. Today it's going to be 3. I have the Early Bird Catches the Worm. I have Enterprises, which is the 2 of Pentacles, and I have Malicious Woman. Here is a warning. Okay. We have a 2 in the center, and we have an ace on this side and an ace on this side, which is what, ladies and gentlemen? Duality. The universe, this known universe that we live in right now, is a universe of duality. What is Mikhail telling me? He is telling me I would absolutely get the answers that I want, but I'd have to protect myself from a malicious entity that may try to come in and ruin the reading or grab onto me or whatever. Just drain my energy or whatever. So I would not proceed. If what you get is good, I would proceed. I'm going to pause the video for a second so I can come up with a question that I can ask to show you guys how I do it, because Michael just gave me the heads up. That ain't it. So, we have a question, okay? The question I asked Michael was, how would it turn out if I asked my mother, what is her life like on the other side? As you can see, I have the Ace of Pentacles, surprises. I have the Joker, which is difficulties on the bottom, but for here's a letter. So I do get the message, okay? Surprise messages. And the last card is the 10 of Pentacles, which is family, wealth, things like that. And it says the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world, which means surprisingly and shockingly today I can reach her and I can get the answers that I want and maybe so much more. Now, let's get into it. What I do is I usually take a moment and I think about the person that I want to contact. Normally, like I said, it's a family member, so usually I take a moment to greet them, to tell them how much I love and miss them, to let them know how much I appreciate them taking the time to join me, follow me, and protect me. I just make sure that I give a lot of honor and not honorifics, not like because I'm supposed to, okay? Because the elders, okay, as above, so below. So what is it? As below, so above, okay? Down here, the elders require you to show respect, okay? And they really appreciate it when you take the time to thank them for the things that they've done, and that makes them more willing to work with you. Surprise, surprise. On the other side, it is the same way, okay? These are your elders. Honor them and then ask your question. Normally say if it's like my mother, I always let her know how much I love her, how much I still honor her every day, how much I appreciate all of the sacrifices that she made for me, that I forgive her trespasses against me. As a mother now, I also understand how hard it is to be a mother, and there's no way to not make mistakes, and I want her to know that I forgive her for her mistakes. I hope that she forgives me for my mistakes. And can we talk? There's my first question. Can we talk? So, I'm gonna ask my mom, can we talk? Can we talk in front of the camera? And I'm going to pull one card. Let's see what she said. The High Priestess. This is a card about secrecy. This is a card about gatekeeping. This is about hidden knowledge. But since we're doing a video about hidden knowledge, I will move forward, but I must give you a heads up. There will be information that she will be giving me that I will not be giving you. Yes, I believe in gatekeeping. I don't know if you guys saw what happened in between 2020 up until now, but like we hit COVID, the world was at home. There was 1,000,001 baby witches online because of what they learned online, and they swore to God that they knew it all. That was the end all, the be all. They was cursing the moon and all types of weird shit, and that's why I believe in gatekeeping, okay? All information isn't for everyone. It just isn't, okay? So some of this I will be keeping to myself, okay? But she's willing to talk, okay? What she what she's willing to talk about is very ancient. It is forbidden fruit, she says. So she says it's forbidden fruit. Okay? I don't know if I can explain it to you, but you have the two pomegranates here for the forbidden fruit. You have the body inside the temple, and then you have a mind above the body, and there's a body within that mind, and there are usually these are yes, you have the astrological houses around. This is about hierarchy. Okay, so let's just do it, and I'll let you know what I can let you know. So, mommy, can you tell me what it's like where you are currently? 2 cards, please, because they're so big. Oh, I'm so happy. Y'all just don't know. I'm so happy. Okay, so where she is resting. She is provided for. She is being celebrated. She has a high position, okay? But the reason why I'm so happy is because the 2 of Cups came up first. I guess most of you guys know, but you all don't know. My father passed away a little over a year ago unexpectedly, even though he had been battling cancer. When did I start getting flaky on the channel? 2020, my father was diagnosed with cancer. He had some surgically removed, and then he was better, and then it came back. And then he had another little bit removed, and he was fine, and then it came back. And then he did radiation, and he got cleared, and maybe a couple weeks later his heart stopped. So it was very we weren't prepared for it. We thought we had gotten over the hurdle and he was going to be fine. But because his passing was so sudden, and it actually happened here, and I was here. I was performing CPR on him maybe for about 15 minutes straight, and he was still fighting, but he was not. It was like they were saying like his heart was not functioning, but he was still gasping to breathe. So his crossing was not easy. And because it was so unexpected, and he was really trying to set some things up for me and the kids for his passing, he did not cross over. He opted to stay around. And I understand why, but I spent a lot of time in the last 4 months or so telling him he needs to move over. My mother kept giving me dreams and everything to tell him he was released and he should move over, and she was waiting for him. Her being the Empress, probably more so because my dad's card is the Empress. He is an Aries male, okay? Her coming up as the Empress is to let me know that he made it. He made it. They're together. She's back in her rightful position per the way her spirit feels. And that's what it's like there. Also, it is a very lush place. It's very much like Earth where she is. But it is a place of leisure. So, luckily, she's not in a workstation. They're not at a workstation, okay? The next question I would ask is do you have any work? Because just because it's not a workstation doesn't mean she doesn't have work. Do you have any work on the other side? Then we have the King of Wands. Okay, yes, she has work, but it is creative work. She could even possibly be a guide. Wow. My mama a guide. Oh, I feel sorry for whoever she got because she is bossy. Bossy. I'm bossy. That's who I get it from too. I'm trying to figure out, is there a time period? Because I actually think she's guiding someone in a different time period. And let's not get into all of that because that's just too much That's just too much. But then I usually, somewhere along the way, I ask her, because I'm asking a relative, is there a message that they have for me? Is there a message that you have for me, Mom? Damn. She threw that 3 in front of my face so big, like pull 3. Listen, she's giving me a message about time and death. Like death waits for no man. Like death is on the rush. Like get to work, pursue your dreams. Okay. Nick said it's not about death, because as soon as it is the death card, but even though I saw the death card, she's pointing out the sun over here. It's not about death, she's saying. What she's saying is time waits for no man. She said not death waits for no man today. I know the real saying is time waits for no man, but we had a tendency to say death waits for no man. She's just telling me time waits for no man. Get on it. Get to creating. Chase your dreams. Your time could be running out. Time could be running out to chase my dreams, to make what I want to make, okay? And then normally I will give another type of honor or expression of love to close out the reading. If you were doing it for a historical figure, you might say, hey, I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate the information and wisdom that you've given me. I would like to say goodbye and just let you know how much I really appreciate what you've done for me. Do you have a message back? So, Mommy, do you have a goodbye? And there you go. The wheel is turning. The wheel of fortune, right? Yeah, this is a goodbye, but it's like a goodbye for now. I see you next time, right? See you next time, okay? In which case, afterwards, I would put the deck up. I would do whatever you do, cleansing you do. I don't know. It looks like it stopped recording, but I guess it didn't. I would do whatever cleansing you do. For me, it's just normally some sort of smoke and maybe bells. And then I just let it go. I always put my flame back out. Hey, what do you guys think about the new intro and outro? Because I wondered if any of you noticed that the candle is lit in the intro and then I put it out in the outro. I always do that. It's just ceremonial. It's to say that I'm closing the line. To light it is saying that I've illuminated the space and the door is open. When I blow it out, it's to let the universe know that I'm closing that line. It is closed off. It is dark again. It is dark space. Okay. So, I don't know if there's anything else that I can give you guys, but to my one special friend that actually asked for this video, I do understand that you want to reach out to someone that couldn't. No, I don't want to say it that way. To someone that opted out. We'll just say it that way. To someone that opted out. I would be very careful about reaching out to those that opt out, as they may not want to be contacted. I would take a little extra time in meditating before even asking, is it okay to reach out to this person? And then even if whomever you ask says it's okay, when first reaching out, I would ask them, are they all right with you reaching out to them to communicate? I'm not saying that they'll say no or that there's a huge chance that they'll say no, but there is a chance. And I do believe in ethics, and I do believe that you need to show some respect and empathy for those who have crossed over in tragic manners. It can make the process a little wonky. So, baby girl, just take your time. Just take your time. And for the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope for those of you that have the gift, I hope you get to it. Find out the things that you need to know. Do not waste your time for bullshit. Don't do it. Don't do it. You could ask the fucking mirror, or you could ask the shoe in the room, the TV. You could ask anything about weirdo stuff, okay? Don't do it. Reserve the Jed for real issues, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too much rambling and all of that. And I'll see you on the next video.
There's nothing at all that you can do. Now that the mercenary back room.